Welcome to the 2018 Lone Star Drift prize video. I wish I would have thought to do this in previous years because oftentimes people aren't aware of all the prizes, but we have amazing stuff in store for you this year, such as an entire JZX90 twin-turbo Toyota car that I'm giving away. I'm giving away 2 trips around the world, one to Australia, one to Japan, and tons of other prizes, over $30,000 in prizes in all. So let's get started. First, let's explain what Lone Star Drift is. It is a drifting organization that has 7 series events throughout the year. We have Formula D Pro-Am and Texas Street Legal. It's 2 separate series. They run the same weekends. They're point series that stretch the entire year. We will then have 2 special stage events, which are one-off events with prizes for just those 2 events, which are really big prizes. That's where the JZX90 and the Australia trip come in. Then we have Lone Star Bash. No prizes, just fun. All right, let's get started. So, for our series, for Lone Star Drift Formula D Pro-Am, at the end of the year, we give away 3 Formula D licenses for the top guys. So if you get in the top 3 points for the series, you win a Formula D license. All right, then at each round, we have individual prizes for everyone. So we start off and we give away 42 NRG steering wheels for 1st through 3rd place, basically. So we give 1 away to each person, not 42 to everybody. So you get a steering wheel for 1st, a steering wheel for 2nd, a steering wheel for 3rd, for both Pro-Am and Texas Street Legal. The steering wheels are engraved with your placing and also the series name, such as either Lone Star Drift or Texas Street Legal. So they'll look great placed up on a wall like a trophy, or in your car or anything else. I think useful trophies are rad and they're way cooler than just a random trophy. All right, so that's first. Next up, we get 2 swords. So the swords are fun prizes that the drivers really like. They're engraved, they're humongous, you get to mount them on your wall, you feel like a champion. All right, so we have 2 engraved swords for winners. 1 for Street Legal, 1 for Pro-Am. Those are given away last year at Pinball, and each year we just pick an event that we think they'll go really well at. We give them away there. All right, next off, the winners of each series get a big metal cup engraved with Lone Star Drift, whatever. Nice metal, cool trophy, 2 of those total. All right, now let's get into the really cool stuff. So if you win a round of our series, you get, we have one of 5 Sicky handbrakes for Pro-Am. So if you win, let me grab one. They look like that. They're super nice handbrakes. I don't know what to say except they're super high quality. I happen to have this one in front of me right now because they shipped them to me. So you have, for the first 5 rounds, each of the winners will get a handbrake like that. And then also, out of all 7 rounds, the winner will get a $250 gift card to AEM Intakes, which is really cool. So we brought on AEM Intakes and Sicky this year. They're giving away a bunch of prizes in our series. That's awesome. I think the AEM gift certificates add up to $1,750 total. So 7 times 250 if you win, blah, blah, blah. Okay, next up is if you win, you get to choose. So like round 1 gets to choose a prize and then that prize is knocked out of the pool. Round 2, someone chooses a prize, that's knocked out of the pool. So one of the coolest prizes we have is a Garrett GTX Turbo. You can get yourself a GTX 3584 RS and make 1,000 crank horsepower with that thing. It's like a $2,700 turbo. You can get it with V-band housings and everything. That is an extremely cool prize. So you can get a Garrett GTX Turbo. That is cool. That is incredibly cool. I build entire cars when I get stuff like that because I'm an idiot. But to take advantage of something super cool. I have personally had tons of Garrett turbos. You never break them, they're super reliable. You make insane horsepower on them now. You can have a 3076, which spools on a, you can actually hear a turbo car going by right now, on a SR and make 600 wheel out of an SR now. And of course it's gonna blow up, but you can do that. Not the turbo, the engine. All right, next, after the Garrett Turbo, we have an ECU Master standalone. So that's incredibly cool. We have a standalone ECU, which can do tons of things. It can run CAN bus stuff. It can run a cool LCD dash. You can do boost by RPM, boost by gear. You can do anything your little heart desires. You can run flex fuel vehicles that blend the fuel as you go. So you can run any mixture of pump gas or E85 and just toss it in the tank, and after you tune it, the thing figures it all out. Obviously you can control tons of boost parameters, like I said, because it'll have a boost control solenoid that controls everything. ECU does tons of cool stuff. Very, very cool prize. Tons of guys in our series run them on JZs, such as Fielding Shredder, and he has had 5 years on the same engine, just like beating this thing to death. Extremely cool. All right, next we have a $1,750 gift certificate from GK Tech. GK Tech makes drop knuckles. They make all kinds of suspension stuff for 240SXs, which is really cool. So if you wanted to make a really competitive 240SX, you could put drop knuckles on it, all kinds of control arms, big angle, all kinds of cool stuff. All right, that is a $1,750 gift certificate. Next up, we have BC Racing is putting up a set of coilovers. So you can get rad coilovers for your car. Simple, I don't have to explain that. You can make, that's literally one of the most important things is coilovers. So everybody knows what coilovers are. I don't have to explain that. Thank you, BC Racing. After that, Spec has put up a clutch, flywheel, and pressure plate package. You can pick any one of their single disc setups. So you can make 1,000 horsepower on something probably. I don't even know if that's true. And then hold it with a clutch and flywheel and pressure plate. Very simple as well. Big shout out and thanks to them. They've been with Lone Star Drift for literally 6 or 7 years, maybe 8 years now. I have never killed one of their clutches. I have had incredible luck with them. It's insane when you just don't even have to think about that and you can run the same clutch for 6 or 7 years and it's just not even a part you have to worry about. But I do run pretty simple cars, so I get pretty lucky at that. Next up is another new sponsor, Koyo. Koyo Radiator has donated a radiator, so you'll get a gift certificate for a radiator. If you want whatever they have in their catalog for a radiator, you can get one for your car. I'm really proud to bring on Koyo Radiator because they're one of those aspirational, like awesome brands that makes really cool stuff, just like all of our other brands. When I pick up a sponsor, I want to be super proud of that sponsor. I want to be able to tell everybody that we work with them and they're the coolest thing since sliced bread. And I don't want to have any excuses or anything about them. And that's why we pick the sponsors we do, like Garrett Turbo or BC Racing. Those are just absolutely aspirational, awesome brands. You can win Formula D with those parts. Like, it's the exact same parts the best people use. I'm excited about that. Okay, and those are the parts that you get to choose if you win a Pro-Am round. You can get either a Koyo Radiator, a clutch and flywheel and pressure plate package, coilovers, a big gift certificate to GK Tech, a standalone, a Garrett Turbo, and then also during those rounds we'll have 5 hand brakes to hand out, and we'll also have all those AEM intake gift certificates for $250 each. Okay, so that's Pro-Am. You also get 3 licenses, that's out of the way. Next, we have Texas Street Legal. Texas Street Legal, instead of having individual prizes that are crazy at each round, we lump them all up into one big crazy prize. And that prize is a trip to Japan to go drive at Ebisu, my favorite track complex in the world. That is incredibly cool. We've been giving away that prize for 3 years now. We've annihilated a Sylvia by giving it to Nick Bierman and Will Parsons to drive. They got an accumulative, 15 days of driving, just hammering that thing into the ground, wrecking it, jumping it, going off-road with it, tandeming, everything you can think of until the little guy finally blew up. I gave it away. I can no longer afford to keep 2 cars there. I need to do more cool prizes like the JZX prize I'll talk about in a minute. JZX90 giveaway car. But so the person that goes to Japan this year will be there for 1 week with us. They'll get 4 days of track time, which is a lot of track time. They'll get 4 days in my personal JZX100. Before I go out in it, they will go out in it. They get to just go have fun. They get plane ticket, they get accommodations. I will feed them, I'll give them tires, track entry, my JZX100 for the 4 days, and then they'll be there for an entire week with me. If they want to stay longer, if they want to stay for a month, they can. I will extend their plane ticket and they can get a plane ticket for 1 week with us or as long as they want. And then just after that 1 week, they're on their own. They can be with us, they can be anywhere they want, but financially they're going to have to take care of themselves. So that is incredible. You should probably take advantage of that if you want to be in Japan for a while, because I've already taken care of all your traveling and all that stuff, so it'd be very cheap to be there for another week or two. All right, so that's the Japan trip, and that is amazing. And the winner of Texas Street Legal for the year in points gets that trip. You'll see it in the Japan video that I'm releasing, the newest version with Nick there. I can't say enough about that. That is the coolest prize, I think. I'm extremely proud of that. I don't know what to say. I love that trip. Okay, that will be in November, by the way. You have to go in November, so you need to get time off if you're gonna win. Everybody that wins basically knows that. All right, next up is that's Texas Street Legal. We already talked about Pro-Am. Now we're doing 2 events, which are special stages. These special stage events are gonna be one-off events without points from any series interfering or anything. I'll have to figure out how we're gonna do it, either maybe some lottery system instead of qualifying, because we don't typically like qualifying in Texas, but we're gonna give away 2 massive prizes. At one of the events, it's gonna be known as the JZX90 event. We are gonna give away a whole freaking JZX90. Twin turbo, 1JZ, titled in Texas, so it's gonna be street legal and everything. I'm actually gonna daily it around for a while and hopefully not wreck it on the street. Enjoy the car, maybe put some coilovers and some inky wheels on it so it looks rad, make some media with it, and then give it away to the winner of that special stage event. I think that is the coolest prize ever. I did a bunch of polling on Facebook to see what the entry fee should be, what kind of prize the people would like, what kind of car they would find the most cool, I guess, to win, and that's what we came up with. That's one of the special stages. The second special stage, I was hanging around thinking about it, and my buddy Luke Fink from Australia called me up and he's like, Aaron, I want to do a giveaway where one of my drivers goes to Texas and drives your Mustang and gets a trip to Texas and an adventure and rides cows and eats steaks. And then one of your guys from Texas flies over to Australia, eats roux sausages, kangaroos, I don't know, goes drifting, gets blackout drunk with all the Aussies because that's what they do, and goes and learns a bunch of cool slang words. So we came up with some details and everything, and the winner of this standalone special stage will get a trip to Australia where they'll fly from the United States over to the Gold Coast. They'll meet up with Luke Fink, one of the best drifters in the world, for private lessons at his own personal track. They get a day of private lessons. I guess that's more of a private lesson than lessons. But you'll get to drive at his track in one of his cars, and he will teach you, which is amazing and a big prize in itself. And then you will travel across the continent, get to see all kinds of cities on your way to a big Matsuri down in Tasmania. You'll go from the Gold Coast down to, I believe, the south. You'll drive through all kinds of cool cities. He promised that you'll probably run over at least 1 or 2 kangaroos because they're like deer. You'll get down to the ocean, you'll board a ferry, go on an open ocean ferry ride down to the island of Tasmania and do a drift Matsuri there. He's gonna provide you with an RB25 S14, I believe, which is like 350 wheel, to go do a track which has 180 kilometer per hour, not mile per hour. I always wanna say mile per hour. Entry over a crest, blind, balling out of control, having fun. Matsuri, I believe it's a 2-day event. There'll be lots of drinking, lots of fun. You'll get to drive someone else's car. We're gonna provide you tires. We're gonna provide you traveling, accommodations, plane tickets, food, get you everywhere you wanna go. That is gonna be amazing. That is the second special stage thing, and I cannot believe how many prizes we're giving away. If you do the math on just the 42 steering wheels, at $169 retail value, it's like $6,500 or something. I don't want to do the math right now, but it's a lot. The prizes equal way over $30,000 all added together. I can't believe we get to do such cool stuff as an organization now. Your entry fees and spectator fees and everything obviously make up all this stuff. And then obviously a lot of sponsor stuff goes into this. A lot of those parts, such as the steering wheels, are sponsored. I do personally pay for the engraving, so it was over $1,350 just to get those guys engraved as trophies. But I think it's well worth it, and I think it's an extremely cool prize, and I'm super excited. Yeah, I appreciate all my drivers, all of our spectators. I'm gonna see everyone at round 1 of Lone Star Drift the last weekend of March. It's the last day of March, and then the first day of April is round 1. That's gonna be at Gulf Greyhound Park in Houston, Texas. Yeah, come out, have fun, ride along, bring a helmet, Have a blast. I will see everyone there, and I'm excited for 2018. I don't even know what to do about 2019. How do I even do cooler stuff than this? That's not an ego trip. I mean, like, I literally don't know what would be cooler than that. Like, I don't know. Anyways, I will see everyone at the events. I hope I didn't forget anything. I think I've got all the prizes. Thank you to all the sponsors. I will list them in some way. Thank you. Bye.